Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now.
Hello. Welcome to Change is Near. Today is episode 13, and it's a coincidence. It's on March 13th of the year 2022. Today is a Sunday, and it's the first time I do a Sunday episode. But I missed yesterday's episode, and I've been feeling about this one since Friday very much, that I really want to do this episode, even if the content is going to be talking about bad things. It's very important we know about this stuff. And again, I wanted to clarify, these are my feelings. This is information that is coming from my inside. I don't recall ever reading about this, and there's no way for me to prove you this is true. And honestly, as I said, I refrain of being interested in being right for a while now. So if you are wondering if I took some of theories from Einstein or Nikola Tesla or some other scientist, no, I don't recall reading about this. I maybe did, and this is a suppressed memory, or this maybe just my imagination on how things work. But this coming from my inside, so for me this is the truth, you see. This is my truth. So I hope this is at least interesting to you. It's not scary, and if something from this episode and my episodes is important to you or it resonates with you, I hope there's a clue there so you can find your own path into researching about this. And I'm available for you if you ever you honor me that I could answer some of your questions or guide you. Okay, so basically the anti-universe, again, these are my feelings, watch out. The anti-universe is the part of the existence of the universe that has gone into negative ground. So you see, when you are created, you start at zero on your eternal path into becoming a being of light, a beacon of love and guidance. We've already been through that. That happens when you go to 100% and you become your superior self. And then no more what we call reincarnations, that I don't believe in that word. I believe in continuous change, you see. But okay, if you want to think of your episodes or expressions as reincarnations, then when you get to 100%, you're done. You're going to be an eternal beacon of love and light, and you're going to love it, of guidance, and you're going to love it. And you're going to be available for yourself as a superior self to go through time into the past. That's allowed. That's an allowable use of time to go back and be of guidance to yourself in your different expressions, you see, if you require assistance to yourself. I know it's extremely confusing, but to seek guidance, you always have to seek it. It cannot come, because that will be interference, okay? So the anti-universe, okay, so when you go beyond 0%, you're going the wrong way. We spoke about karma on Friday's episode. That is not punishment, you have to learn your lessons, but when you are not learning, you go into negative territory, okay? So because universe cannot exist there, universe based on love, there's an anti-universe. It's like a shadow copy, It's like a bad copy of the universe. It's totally artificial. It's God allows it because you have free will. So if you want to if you want to call it hell, okay, maybe call it hell. It's just a label, And if you want to call the universe heaven, good, bad, whatever, black, white, whatever, reference you want to do in your mind, that's perfect. I want to paint the picture that the anti-universe is where these evildoers actually exist. They unfortunately have gone wrong so much, violating the universal laws of the universe, that they now exist there, okay? So you might ask, why do they exist here? Well, they don't. They shadow into this world. They have been able to manipulate reality in the world, in this physical three-dimensional world we live in. They are not allowed, or they are not capable to do that in other worlds, you see. They are a little bit more advanced than Earth. So what happens is, yes, they have they really have us, they have a control over us, but however, it's through shadows, you see. So they intervene humans in a bad way, and some of what you see as politicians and Fauci and Bill Gates and that, they are just either intervened or they have been promised a lot of good things, not good, the word is bad use of good thing. They have been promised things that they consider pleasures or good things, eternal life and that, because they don't believe that themselves. They haven't looked into themselves to find the truth. So they believe in external things to find their truth. So they have been offered a lot of things if they participate in detrimental to humanity. So the anti-universe it really vibrates in hate, fear, and darkness. It's totally dark. There's light cannot exist there. Love is impossible. It's not an expression that can live there. That's allowed because that's negative territory. Really, all time in the universe has already been thought of. The time is infinite and distance is infinite because the universe is infinite. That's why speed is infinite. So what happens is the ultimate expression of the universe is going to be only the universe. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, the anti-universe will have to disappear eventually when there are no more beings that live there. When the beings that live there, the evildoers, as you want to call them, whatever you want, demons, devils, Satan, labels. You pick the name. When they leave that process, when they start vibrating in love again, and they go to 0% and they start learning the lessons and they become their ultimate expression, which even for them, even for Bill Gates and everyone, is to become a beacon of light and guidance. I'm sorry, that's their destiny. Okay, they are just going around it. I put the example of going from city A to city B. They are not even in city A. Okay? They have gone backwards to another city, another place called the anti-universe. So that's why they exist. Okay, so there you are a shadow, and this is very important. I explain it, extensively. So I exist in the anti-universe, of course, as a shadow. You see, you are a beacon of light and love. I can assure you that. If you're listening to this, you're a beacon of light and love, and not because for me, it's because you are a human being. So human beings, 100%, even if we are criminals and murderers and whatever we are, they are just in a different process. They're lost in their way, but their ultimate expression is to become a beacon of love and light as a human being. Human civilization is benevolent, actually. It has to take its place as a benevolent species in the universe. That's what this moment, this very special moment we're living, is all about. Is for humanity to take its place in the universe as a benevolent species that's going to help themselves, of course, individual by individual, and then it's going to help other civilizations and planets. And we're going to discover stuff that is going to be like being a being of the year 1000 being taken to the year 2020. It's going to be like that. Things that are incredible that your mind is not capable of understanding, and you are not supposed to understand this. So when you vibrate in hate, fear, and darkness, there's a shadow that goes into the anti-universe, because that's the only place that these vibrations can exist. They're so low that they cannot exist in the universe. It's impossible. It's a physical impossibility. So let's go back to the COVID example, because it's a good one. So 2 years ago, they tell you there's a virus, and 3% is going to die that gets it, and you can get it by touching a surface or just being near another human being. So let's forget about hate and darkness, but fear. Fear of your own death. That, by the way, doesn't exist, because you're going to exist forever. So it's a physical death. It's just a change. So fear of a change. It's like having fear of going to sleep because you're going to wake up the next day. It's like that. But of course, we are all in a different process. So I totally understand who got, afraid by that. But when that happened, then there's a shadow that goes into an anti-universe, looks exactly like you. There you exist as a shadow, because that's the only place you can feel fear. When you stop feeling fear, the shadow disappears, and you're only in the universe, which you exist forever, by the way. So you can exist in two places at the same time. I hope I totally understand that in my heart, but I hope maybe there's no good way to explain it. So you exist there only because you vibrate in those emotions, okay? Those level of vibrations can only exist there. So what's very important to say is, when you vibrate there as a shadow, you are taking, you want to call it fight, to their world, you see. You're vulnerable there. So right now, I hear a lot about prepping and defending yourself and that. I totally agree with prepping, okay? You should be prepping for what's coming, food, water, energy. I'm not the best guy to tell you about prepping. Pat and Joel from Waking the Future, they do an excellent job at it. They have experts about prepping. You might want to look at their episodes about prepping. There's a lot of technical knowledge about what can you do, and it's not expensive. It was Joel, the last episode maybe, that he said about bucket farming, about just having a bucket with dirt and you plant some seeds and they're going to grow. You give them water and sunlight. So prepping is excellent, because there's going to be a difficult time coming ahead, and if we want to go through this on this physical form, we have to be fed, and we have to take care of ourselves and our vessel, which is our body. Okay, that's excellent. What I don't agree is it's going into violence, because you see, I didn't include it here. There was not a lot of space, but violence vibrates in the anti-universe because it's hate in a way, and then the concept of justice and all that. So what happens is, let's say we go into this world that is, we're all in trouble and we're all in our houses trying to survive. What's going to happen is someone that is it's hungry, and he feels it's justice to go to his neighbor house and with a gun and say, give me all your food. I don't believe in defending myself at that point. I know it sounds naive, I know it sounds strange, but at that point is when I have a problem with prepping. If you're going to have guns and ammo and protect yourself and interfere with other beings, no matter what they want to do to you. I mean, obviously they want to kill you or they want to take away your food, and you say it's just that I protect myself. And again, I'm going to go into religion a little bit, but religion say that it's self-defense is a just way to go about it. I don't agree. I'm sorry. I just have a difference of opinion in my heart. I don't agree in violence anymore. I don't agree in fear anymore. It's something I don't just believe in anymore. It's words that they have gone out of my mind and my heart. You see, I don't believe in that anymore. Of course, you say, oh, so you're never going to be afraid again. No, of course. And if we go into that world and someone comes to my house with a gun, I'm going to be physically afraid. That's a physical emotion. But I'm not going to be afraid in my heart, you see. And I'm not going to be violent in my heart. So I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm probably going to try to defend my family and that. I don't know. I'm just telling you how I feel right now, okay? So about prepping, really, these guys from Wake in the Future do an excellent job. So if that's a subject you're interested in, I suggest I always put the link to their show, to their channel, in the show notes, so you might want to check in that. So continuing with the anti-universe, evildoers, you see, exist there physically, and not physically, spiritually and that, they are there, they're there. And they shadow in the real universe, that's why you can see them maybe. And they can take, through their reverence of the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is black goo, which is just basically all these emotions in matter, because it's in the anti-universe, so it has become antimatter, you see. So it has some power, unfortunately, it has some physical power. But you see, you are three things. You are a physical body, you are a member of humanity, and you are a spirit. They can touch you, unfortunately, as a physical body and as a member of humanity. Okay? But they cannot ever touch you as a spirit. That's why when you leave your body, everything's up to you. They cannot touch you, they cannot force you, they can try and deceive you, but they cannot force you to do anything. You have an ultimate power they cannot touch, they cannot vibrate there, you see. They can vibrate in the physical world, and that's why they're doing a lot of suffering and pain, and they're killing people. Yes, they're doing that because they can shadow in the real universe, and they use beings from the real universe through intervention and through, if you want to call it extortion, or they force them, whatever. But again, if you're not afraid, no matter what they tell you, you can stand tall, I know it's hard, and I don't know what I will do if it happens to me. They say, you do this or we kill you. I don't know. I feel I'm very strong in my heart to be able to sustain that, but I don't know, to be honest. So I'm not judging anyone, okay? The anti-universe is the origin of black goo, which is basically antimatter. If we're going to go in the technicalities of black goo, I suggest you look at Karl Klaus Vella, a German biophysicist. He's very smart, very bright guy. I really like him a lot. He has messed with black goo and Morgellons fibers, in my opinion, too much. I think it has affected him physically. He looks much older than he looked a few years ago, so I hope he's fine physically, but I think, going into that, and his research is incredible. He has technical details on this stuff. I look at it a little bit, from the surface. It's basically antimatter. It's hate, fear, vengeance, whatever emotions you want to take, darkness, in matter. And you see, evildoers is their God. That's their God. We have our source. We have the center of the universe, the good universe, the real one. That's our Father. And they forgot about their Father, and they're revering, they're worshipping this thing, this matter, antimatter. So, of course, the antimatter will give them properties to be able to do all their evil doing on the real universe, in this case, in planet Earth. And so that's that. So don't never go into black goo and try to get a piece of it. They actually throw it all over through the chemtrail system. It's on dirt, it's on food. Nanoparticles of black goo. It's of course on the jab a lot in the form of graphene oxide. It's It's just like a brother of black goo. It's just another form of black goo. Another form of black goo is black mold. So be careful if you have in your house black mold. Please do whatever you can to take it away. There's now this paint that it's anti-mold. Of course, it just has chemical properties that doesn't allow the growing of black mold, but black mold will kill you, okay? That's a fact. Black mold will kill you. If black mold is designed to kill you, it's designed to kill you through the release of spores that go into your lungs and they kill you eventually, and also vibrationally. It's just bad vibration. And you see, it's not that I'm special or anything like that, but I always had some sensitivities, you see? You want to call it allergies. And one of my allergies was to black mold forever. So I could go into a house and just, there was this minute spot of black mold, and immediately my head will move. And I will go to a corner and say, you have a little black mold there. I say, yeah, leave it. It's nothing. I say, no. I mean, it's looking down and wants to kill us. It wants to lower our vibration. And in houses that are full of black mold, there's a lot of violence and there's a lot of health problems and that. So please, 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 I must insist, please. I'm sorry to interfere. It's just an advice. Get rid of black mold. It's really, 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 really harmful. So interesting fact and good news about the anti-universe, it will disappear eventually, you see. Oh, how's that? Well, when there are no more beings that vibrate there, they're going to exist in the real universe. They're going to stop being shadows in the real universe, and the anti-universe will disappear. That door will be closed, and no one will be allowed to go into the anti-universe anymore, because you see, the object of the real universe that I'm going to talk about in a second is to eventually vibrate only in love and guidance. Okay, so all beings, even the ones that are in the anti-universe right now, exist in there, not as a shadow. I'm in the anti-universe all the time. When I judge someone, I have a shadow in the anti-universe. When I hate someone, I'm in the anti-universe. When I'm afraid of something, I'm in the anti-universe. When I seek vengeance from something or someone, I'm in the anti-universe. So you see, I'm exactly like you, or in a different path. You're probably better than me. So the only thing is we have to try. And I know in this reality it's very difficult, but we're gonna get it eventually, and we're gonna get it in different ascended realities. We're gonna through our eternal existence. So I'm gonna talk about the universe right now. It's the opposite from the anti-universe, of course. It vibrates in love, respect, guidance. I mean, the object is for everything and everyone to become beacons of love and guidance. Here, you actually exist physically and spiritually. There's not a lot of space to use the text there, but the idea is here you exist physically and spiritually, okay? And you are part of civilizations. I mean, you are a human being right now. Humans are a civilization that still doesn't have its place in the universe because of the evildoers. So we're gonna get there eventually, really soon, by the way. And you can be part of several civilizations. I'm not gonna mention some because everyone gets so sensitive if I mention some places in the universe that they don't exist, they only believe in Earth, and I'm not going to go there, but I mean, all the names you have read about, there are civilizations and there are millions more. So you can be part of several ones as you go through your experience. So it's like joining a club and you join another club, and now you have joined several times for sure, hundreds of times maybe, the human civilization. So here you exist physically and as a civilization and spiritually, okay? The evildoers here only come as shadows, but you see, they exist on the anti-universe. So they have the capacity to morph our reality and make us afraid. So they can be a demon, and they can whenever you have had experiences like a radio going on, like for no reason, or a television, or the light in your house, or hearing the bed moving, all that are expressions or the doing of evildoers that are here as shadows, what you might know as ghosts, whatever. That's such a difficult subject, but all of that is that, okay? And they also control minds and they control hearts. Fortunately, the ones that allow it, you have to allow it for that to happen. It's impossible to them to force you, but that happens. And I think many of what you see as politicians and everyone doing all this harm, that you see, how could they do it? There's no empathy. They don't care about killing millions. No, I'm sorry. They are totally controlled, and they unfortunately are controlled by the shadows. And it's because they allow it, okay? And eventually they will get it, and eventually they will all of them become beacons of light. It's just going to take billions and billions of terrestrial years, you see. The universe is the origin of balance. Black goo here might exist as matter, but the universe doesn't have there's no match to black goo. It's everything, seas and, air and whatever good things you can see in this physical world, they are all the equivalent of black goo in this universe. And okay, here we have a difference. The universe will go on forever in love and balance. That's the ultimate destiny of the universe, you see. But it's going to go on forever. And it's going to get much better as it goes. That's why God doesn't have a problem with this at all. It's just a stage we're going to change. But He knows that ultimately everything is going to, the anti-universe is going to disappear, and evil doers are going to become good doers. And there's not going to be any karma as punishment, and there's not going to be any bad feelings to them. They went through this stage. It took millions of years, unfortunately, but they're going to get it. They're going to get it. That's the destiny of the universe. That's it, okay? So, just to finalize, I selected this picture because it's a beautiful picture of the universe, you see. And some trees there, and nature, and all that. That's part of the universe. So, my advice will be, try not to shout into the anti-universe. Try to respect the laws of the universe. Try as much as you can. I know it's very difficult in this reality to go about, being so respectful. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I don't judge you at all. I mean, I don't judge you even if you are a criminal. I mean, that's your thing. You have free will. You do whatever you want. But at the end, these are what vibrates in me, and maybe just will vibrate in one of you. Okay. So, thank you for watching. Please share this content. There's the email. You can use the comment section, and I'm also adding that please be sure to check Wake in the Future. I always include the link to them on the show details. It's really one of the only shows I'm watching right now because basically I'm tired of mainstream and alternative news that they only focus on Russia and Ukraine and the jab and that. I'm leaving that behind, I'm leaving that behind. I cannot explain it. I'm not concerned about that at all. I've never been calmer in my life. I'm just waiting for this. And I want to put a final thought here. Really, guys, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, we need to wake up, okay? We need to wake up, I'm sorry. It's time to wake up. Humanity needs to take its place. As soon as every human being wakes up and looks into them and discovers your own story, which is magnificent, your own story will be a bestseller, okay? Your own story is incredible. You come from so many different places. You have done so many things. Please discover your own story. That's the most important thing. Of course, prepping physically, that's part of the physical world. Prepping, yes, you should do that. Get the money thing in order. Yeah, money, we need money to traverse to this reality. Okay, money is here. You are not going to see it in many other places. Okay, money, the financial system as we know it, and that is here. But unfortunately, to prep, you need money. So maybe some way you have to try to get the most value from your money and prepare. But please, this is not about preparing spiritually. I mean, it's about learning your story. Really, there are so many beings trying to help you right now. It's incredible. You have a team really just for you, a team really waiting for you to ask for their help just by saying, who am I? Where do I come from? And don't expect, like it's going to show on your TV and it's going to pop up and say, hey, hello, we're going to tell you everything. No, they're going to give you little clues. And then if you really ask for it, it's going to start coming in a way you are not going to understand. All this information I presented to you and I have presented, of course, some is coming from reading David Icke's books and videos I've seen. But I will say at least 80% is coming from I don't know where. Okay, so in a way, I think I'm understanding what they want me to do, that is just share this content. It doesn't matter if this goes viral. No, not at all. Just share it. Just share it. I'm very eager to share it and to talk to whoever is ready to talk. Really, believe me, I don't need attention in my life. I have many things going on. I have a family, I have 2 kids, I have financial issues as everyone. But I'm really eager to dedicate 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever you feel like, to whomever might have questions or might want to just talk, Okay? Please, we need to wake up as a humanity, one human being at a time. We're waking up really fast, by the way. I don't know the number, but hundreds of thousands every day. But unfortunately, there are so many of us that we need to get the number higher, and we cannot force anyone, okay? So thank you very much for watching. Please share this content. Please be sure to check Wake in the Future. You're gonna like it very much, I'm sure. These guys are on the right track. They're really the best news show, and it's not news anymore for them. It's just they talk about the reality of the world right now. Okay, thank you very much, and have a very nice day.
We want you on the show. Send me an email to hey@humanityways.net. to schedule an interview. Help me out by making the show more interesting, fun and knowledgeable by having you on and giving our viewers the opportunity to learn from you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.